Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryland Darling Show, and welcome to another episode of an ink review. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Today, we are looking at a really pretty orange ink. This one is from Colorverse Alpha Ori. It's a number 12 in their Constellation series. I think that's what they call it. Constellation something. I can't remember. Okay, let's take a look at today. Hello, the Goat Girl. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? It does seem a little pink. Let's see if I can fix the color. Is that any better? Nope, that's how it looks. Hi, Vermilion Tea. How are you doing today? It's very orange. It's like a very bright orange. Maybe a bright saturated orange. Here's our ink swatch. Water resistance test shows it has a tiny bit of water resistance, but I might not want to use this on the outside of an envelope for fear it may wash away. And here's our toilet paper chromatography. I see that there's like a little bit of pink and some orange and some yellow just peeking out in some places. Tiny bit of yellow. Oh, you can't see, sorry. Got excited. Can you hear me? Okay, good. I should be getting audio. Good, I fixed that stupid thing. Ugh. Drive me nuts. Okay. Let's do some paper review, shall we? And the dog barking next door. Shut up! Loading a dot pad, 80 GSM. Looks really nice. No feathering, no bleeding. A little bit of, maybe no ghosting. Copper plate grab pad from johnneilbooks.com. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. Looks really nice. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Maromon Nemosity 80 GSM. Beautiful. No feathering. Oh no. Bleeding and ghosting. So naughty. Oxford single subject notebook paper. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Go. Beautiful. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. CVS Caliber filler paper. Really nice. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is the Nanami 7Cs 68 GSM Tomoe River. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. Beautiful. No feathering, no bleeding, minimal ghosting. Intense highlighter orange. This is way darker than highlighter orange. We will take a look at some highlighter oranges. Alright, this is Baron Fig notebook paper. Looks nice. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Pelican Hub notepad. Beautiful. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Most excellent. The envelope from the Dollar Tree. Little bit of wiggle right there. Little bit of ghosting. And reused notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is Muji notebook paper. It's got a little bit of wiggle. No bleeding. A little bit of ghosting. Hi, Obs. How are you doing today? Alright, this is Archer and Olive 160 GSM. Beautiful. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This ink really doesn't have a whole lot of shading going on. M. Shoy 120 GSM notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Most excellent. Anecdote notebook paper. Nice. No feathering, no bleeding, minimal ghosting. I am good. Things are starting to go back to normal. Clairefontaine 90 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Yeah. Ayush 100 GSM. Couple little wiggles. Just there. No bleeding, no ghosting. Perfect. This is the journal from the Dollar Tree. There is no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Excellent. This is Wexford Walgreens Pharmacy. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. This is Daiso Premium Notebook Paper. Nice. No feathering, no bleeding, minimal ghosting. Midori MD Paper. Nice. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. 68 GSM Tomoe River. Nice. No feathering, minimal ghosting. Louis Term 1917 Plain. Had a little bit of spread. I don't know if that was me or the paper. No bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Okay, so since you mentioned oh dear. Sorry. Since you mentioned highlighters, I'm going to break out all of my orange markers so we can see what it looks like. Real highlighters and some other common highlighting pens. Oh, I know where it is. Okay, where is it? What did I do with it? Put it over here. I don't have the orange one over here. I don't know what I did with it. Or if I even had one, what would I have done with it? I thought I had one. I thought I had an orange one. Maybe not. I might have sent it to Chris. I don't know what I did with it. I have one somewhere. Okay, well, anyway, moving forward. Where is the pen? So this is Alpha O. What am I doing today? Alpha O. O-R-I. O-R-I. These are going to be some pretty commonplace markers. I have here some Arch and Olive Coleographs. I have an orange marker. These are from the 99-cent store. They are Liquimark markers. Sometimes I use these as a highlighter. Well, sometimes I use them as a lowlighter. And by that I mean I write the word down, I write the word after I do the highlighting. This is a magnet dry erase marker. I don't even know if it's, oh, it is in service, okay. This is a Pentel Touch Sign brush pen. This is a Tombow Furunosuke brush pen. Sometimes I use that for highlighting. This is a Free Color Spot dot marker. Sometimes I use this for highlighting. This is a Pilot Friction fine liner. It's not a very good highlighter. Rather, it's a very small highlighter. Goes back. And then last but not least, I have some actual highlighters. These are Zebra mild liners. This is an orange highlighter. This is a gold highlighter. This is a reddish orange highlighter. And this is the red highlight brush pen. I wish I knew what to do with that stupid orange one. I have an orange one, an orange highlighter, but I don't know what to do with it. I will use the closest thing that I have, which is a yellow highlighter. This is a Pilot Friction. And this is probably my favorite highlighter. It's got like the lightest color of yellow. And I do make an orange one. I just don't have it. I don't know what I did with it, rather. So this is way darker than a highlighter. Okie dokie. Okay, let me just get prepared to do a current. There it is. Let's do a comparison panel to see where this ink lies. This is definitely an orange ink. Oh, you guys are chit-chatting away. Alright. Finally had an awesome. How are you? Nice. Woohoo. I love your experiments. I am with you. Alright. I new to fountain pens. I'm still new to it. Fountain pens, Maryland, just saved my Parker 51. Modern ink is not Parker Waterman. Yeah, I gotta be careful with those inks because they will liquefy your pen. Yes, this is darker than highlighter. I guess maybe just the word was looking for was vivid or saturated. Saturated, definitely. Hi, Obs. Great to see you. Everybody here today. You're better than me. I think I only have purple and green highlighter. Yeah, I have a lot of pens. And in the exploration of calligraphy, I have probably more pens than anyone needs. But I wanted them. They were pretty. Some of them were pretty. Some of them were just bought out of boredom. Let's get this tape down. 35. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try not to boop the camera too badly. I always built my own PCs. A long time ago, I was 15 years old, so I was time for a break. Caps on the board don't last forever. Yeah. Alright, let's take a look at some of these inks. See if any of these ones pop out. Right now, why am I looking at KWZ Orange? We're not even looking at KWZ Orange today. That's the one I was thinking of. I was like, why does this look like KWZ? Oh, yeah. Alright, so right off the bat, KWZ Orange is kind of close. Van Diemen's Sailor's Delight is kind of close. Birmingham Pen Company Clementine is a little bit lighter, but kind of close. Hong Dion Red is kind of more red, but close. Birmingham Pen Company Monarch is a little bit more lighter, but close. Pumpkin is a little more red, but close. Dragon's Napalm is a little bit lighter, but close. Yuyake is a little more redder, but close. Mandarin Orange is kind of close. It's a little bit darker. Diamond Flame is a little bit lighter. Now we're off. This is way lighter. Mont Blanc Lucky Orange is a little bit lighter. Habanero is even a little bit lighter. This one's way more red. I wish I had more of this sample. I mean, pumpkin is way more redder. Not way more, but more redder. And cayenne is even more redder than that, and I have an itch. Marilyn, why do you put the cards on brown cardboard instead of a white background? Because it throws off the color balance. In my early days, I used to do them on white. So, look at how this is. And then I'm going to slide this white thing underneath it. It's going to change the color, watch. Did you see what it did to the color? It changed the color from like a bright orange to like this dull brownish orange. See? It lightened it up. It's a very subtle difference. But when you're working with other inks, they also get thrown all out of whack. And they look nothing like how they're supposed to. This is like a coral, it's supposed to be a coral pink. It looks almost baby pink. This one is supposed to look just slightly darker than that, and it almost looks brown on screen. So they do not look like they're supposed to. Yeah, they're all out of whack. This one looks almost brown on screen. This one's about the only one that does look correct because it's got more brownish in it. This one looks bright, like a light orange. It almost looks tan on screen. Oh yeah, this is the biggest difference of them all. It almost looks red. These colors do not look accurate. This one almost fluoresces. Yeah, these do not look accurate at all. So I tried to come up with, I tried doing them on the blue background, and they went the opposite way. They looked too light. So I tried to find a color that was pleasing to both the camera and my eye, because I can tell the subtle differences, but you guys might not be able to tell the subtle differences. And I have checked the accuracy with both my phone and my iPad, and the brown seems to work the best for doing the reviews. I also have to fiddle with the color temperatures because I want them to look as accurate for you as they look to my eye. See, this looks exactly to my eye how it looks on camera. That's why sometimes when the rest of the screen is green and I tell you to look at the color, that's because that's the color that my eye sees. And then usually I change it back to this mode when I'm doing the comparisons. So you can be like, if I have this one, how much darker is this one compared to this one? Well, I see that this one is lighter than this one, but it's lighter than this one, it's lighter than this one, but this one, it looks like it's tanner. This one looks orangier than this one. This one looks more tan. So you can definitely tell if you have one of these, maybe if it's worth even buying the sample of this to complete your what you're looking for in an ink. Everybody's always looking for that perfect red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo, violet. They're always looking for that perfect color to match whatever the pen that they want. Some people, they don't care about that. Me, if I put a red ink in a red pen, I'm going to remember that it's a red ink in a red pen. But sometimes I have trouble remembering. For example, this week I have coming up, I put an ink in this. Can you tell what ink would probably go in this? I'll give you a clue. It's not silver. And I have a cheat sheet that I can remember, okay, this pen has a pink ink in it. And some people, they don't care. I do. I want to pick up a red pen, it better have a red ink in it. So, and some people are trying to match their inks to their pens. I often try and match the color family to a specific pen because it reminds me of that color. One week I did all blue inks, and I had a nightmare of a time putting them back. I also did a pink week, and I mixed Yamabudo and Adrianople because I didn't look at my cheat sheet. And now I have an ink called Yamabudo Adrianople. And it's a really pretty ink, but you have to be careful when putting the inks back in the cartridge or in the vials that they came in. That is, if you don't write them dry. Sometimes I use a flex pen and I write them dry, which is good because then I can just get rid of whatever's left. But sometimes my pen pals don't write me very often. Cough, cough. And the ink just sits there all week, not being used. And sometimes I do calligraphy with them and, play with the ink a little bit. But, more often than not, because I'm in the Hobonichi, sometimes that's all I get with an ink. And, I don't do more than one ink on a page because I don't want to get confused unless I'm underlining what I ate for dinner. Or unless I didn't do an ink that day. This is ballpoint pen. No, this is gel pen. It's not very often that I don't use a fountain pen ink in my Bojo, but 9 times out of 10, it's just one ink per page. So, and it's usually from my serendipity with the oval broad nib for the day that I'm writing. So I can get a better idea of how the ink performs in that broad pen. So by the end of the year, I'm going to get I used to do a different pen every day with a different ink in it every day. But I found that the results of these tests and also written down in the books were not even all the way across. One I do a flex nib, and the other one I do a broad nib, and the other do a medium nib. But I found that some papers bled through while others did not. And usually those inks don't bleed through certain papers. So I figured that if I put it all in a broad nib, that this would probably be the worst case scenario for most people. Does that make sense? Yes, I made a mistake. It's very rare, but it happens. Do I even have it here? Let's see, where is it? Might be in my personal collection. It'll take me a year to find it. Here it is. Yamabudo Andronopal. It's a really pretty color of purple. Purplish pink magenta. But it is not Pilot Shizuku Yamabudo because I mixed it on accident. Because I wasn't paying attention. Do you guys make mistakes like that? Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one and I feel stupid. Because I either like the ink really good or because I like Yamabudo and I like Andronopal. That's Califolio Andronopal. But I almost think that they make a prettier combination than not. Because lots of people have huge collections. I can't believe. Yeah, I have too many inks. I'm trying to whittle down my ink collection slowly but surely by mixing in different inks that I have in my personal collection. Everything else goes to the OC Pen Club. Like whatever's left of this will probably go to the OC Pen Club. Unless I don't put it in my personal collection. I don't have very many space in my personal collection. So what I have to do is I have to decide, make a decision of which orange inks I have and if this fills a space that I'm looking for. It's very beautiful and bold, but it's not really my flavor of color. It's not my favorite hue of color, I should say. I'm more of a Jacobin Orange Soleil or red or orange like Diamond Pumpkin. This is like smack dab in the middle of the road. And it's fine, you know. And it's very cooperative. It's not bleeding, ghosty like some inks are. I grabbed enough that I got in their marketing list. Nice. The rule of offer, I'm taking it. Nice. And the first thing that I can tell you is, if you're interested in an ink, try and find a sample. And try and use the discount codes for people who have discount codes. If there's a person with a sample and a discount code, you can use that to get up to 10% off on a sample, which is, I mean, you're not going to just want to get one. You're going to want to make it worth the money for shipping. Shipping's like $7 to $10. You might as well spend another $20 to get the shipping worth, right? So it's all about trying to make sure that the shipping doesn't go too heavy that it costs more money, and keep it under just enough so you don't have to pay extra shipping. That makes sense? Very fine line. All right, well, any questions, comments, concerns? Do you have an affiliation with Venice? That is a really good question. I do not have an affiliation with Venice. But I gotta tell you, they have some of the best prices, and instead of getting 2 mils like Goulet and other places, they give a 4 mil sample. You have to pay a little bit more, but it's worth it to have a little bit more of a sample. They give out 4 mil samples instead of 2. So I think it's better to have a 4 mil sample than a 2 mil sample, because 2 mils, I could go through that like a fart in a whirlwind. But a 4 mil sample, it's a little harder to go through that. And if you like to play with ink and splash it around and write with it with all kinds of different nibs and tools and smushing it around, then you want to have a little bit more of a sample to play with. Also, if you're a completionist, probably not get a 4 mil sample, get a 2 mil sample from Goulet. Because sometimes finishing a sample is one of the best things that you can do for your pen club. Once I finish a sample, I wash it out, I remove the label, and then I bring it to the pen club so that people who bring bottles can share out the bottles, which is also really helpful. So if you have empty containers, empty bottles, empty vials, empty containers, bring them to your pen club, because that helps them if people want to share ink. Staycation is almost over, but I'm grateful I had a break. Nice. I see I see how it could be a super useful color for artists. Yeah, it's very bright. Might not for journaler, but hey, did you get the money yet? No, I have not gotten any money. That's why I said the second that you said that you had sent it, that you should probably unsend it, because I have not received any emails, and 100% of times I get an email. So-and-so has sent you money. So I would get a refund for that and then try again with different email address. That address, that project, you own access. That's correct. Three, 5, 6, PROJECT 2010 at gmail.com. I'm gonna give you. Do you have me on Instagram, Vermilion T? Send me a message on Instagram, and I will give you my husband's PayPal. At Marilyn Darling on Instagram. No spaces, no caps. It doesn't matter. I just put caps because I'm used to doing it that way. Nice. Rahul, did you go? You live in Texas, don't you? Did you go to the pen club? Yeah, no, I have not received any money on that account. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, there's Houston. How far is... Oops, opened the wrong thing. Let me just see. I know that... How far are you from Dallas Fort Worth? Yeah, can I have some? Yeah, you're in Houston. Ooh, that's far. So like the middle of Houston to Dallas Fort Worth is 200 miles. Ooh, shit. Be closer to see Chris Signs. But 4 hours. Oh my gosh. Well, it would be an adventure because I don't know how often they do their pen clubs, but ours goes every 4 months. And so we've had them in some interesting locations. Twice we've had them around town at our local stationery store. And then we had one that was kind of far away at this beautiful church. We used their foyer. And this thing was almost as big as my house. It was just the foyer. I was like, okay. It had a sink, and I was happy. It was wonderful. I'm on the north side. Okay. About 30 miles closer. Nice. And construction. Oh boy. Marilyn, you could start at one side of Texas. I know. Well, you can start at one side of Texas, and it would take you 12 hours to go through. I know, because I've traveled through Texas. It's not cute. With all due respect to Texas, I think I would rather not do that again. Ever. I can remember going from like Fort Bliss all the way up to Oklahoma. Is it Oklahoma? All the way up to Mississippi, and that's where it was. I can't remember what the name of the place is. It's the far end is 734 miles across. I would wish that on my worst nightmare. I was like, we're still in Texas. It's been 2 days. What are you doing? Yeah. I don't know. You might look up the Houston Pen Club. I'm sure that there's gotta be a Houston Pen Club. Houston Pen Club. Yeah. West Houston Pen Club. I'll try and put this in the chat if it'll let me have some. Oh, this fucking computer takes forever. And there you go. There's the West Houston Pen Club. Yeah, check it out. I mean, if you live in a big metropolitan area like I do, you're bound to have a pen club. If you have multiple freeways around your town, you probably have a pen club. I know for a fact that there's like a New York, there's like 3 different pen clubs in New York. There's one in Boston. There's one in Dallas-Fort Worth. There's the Portland Pen Club and the Sacramento, San Francisco Pen Club. There's a Denver Pen Club. There is the what is it called? The Atlanta Pen Club. And there's the DC Pen Club. There's a DC Super Show there, so there's got to be a pen club. And then Pierre Gustafson has a pen club. That's in Boston, Massachusetts. So, and I'm almost sure that there's one in Toronto, and there's definitely one in Chicago. So they're all over the place. You just gotta look for them. Well, you could still make a message in there and see if anybody knows where you can find a closer pen club. Most people will probably just go to wherever the nearest one is. And if they don't do it very often, it's kind of like a treat. To meet Pierre Gustafson? Yeah, he's a hoot. A hoot and a half. He's just a little bit naughty. Oh, God, I'm exhausted. I ain't done nothing. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my members: Cynthia, Rahul, Wolf Kate Witch, Arcboy, Vermilion Tees, Simply Obs, Lynette, and Wumble Bumblebee. If you'd like to become a member, you can do so for as low as 99 cents a month. Don't forget to check out the links in the description, and I will be back very soon with another video. Get out there and enjoy your life. Be with the people you love. Tell them you love them. And I love you to pieces. Have a great day. Okay, bye.